Grind it all and go to the ground, go to the ground, go to the ground. Grind it all and back to the top, back to the top, back to the top. Grind it all and go to the ground, go to the ground, go to the ground. Grind it all and back to the top, back to the top, back to the top, top, top.
The ladies start to break when they touching the lower, while they helping the poor. The poor hear the tata and dancing agara, right by the fire. Punje the lower, time to patch the lower. So all the girls them gather round to punje the lower, patch the lower, patch the lower. Go call the poor, time to light the fire. So all the girls them gather round to punje the lower, van the lower, van the lower.
Grind it all and go to the ground, go to the ground, go to the ground. Grind it all and back to the top, back to the top, back to the top. Grind it all and go to the ground, go to the ground, go to the ground. Grind it all and back to the top, back to the top, back to the top, top, top. Just clap, just clap, just clap, clap, clap. Just clap, just clap, just clap. Yo, Misha B, Ravi B, Carmen Crazy, Maha Productions, Bass Lab, DJ Anna, Ultra Simo. Yo.
The one who falls and gets up is stronger than the one who never tried. Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. Roy T. Bennett. This is Get Real with Shameeza, and I'm your hostess, Shameeza Ali, and it is truly a pleasure to be here with you this evening. Salam, namaste, and good evening to everyone joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Island Zone Radio, and on NTN Channel 69 in Georgetown, Guyana. Where are you joining us from tonight? Drop a comment and let us know where you're joining us from. Tonight, we will hear from a young man that is creating a whole new vibe in the fashion industry. He is transforming the concept of what many believed is the norm. He believes fashion doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple and fun. We will hear from him in just a few. But first, Get Real with Shameeza is turning 1 year old in May, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to be your hostess. As I reflect on the last year, I can tell you it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I saw the true colors of many people that I thought was friends and family. I had people who vowed that they will make sure I wouldn't continue to do this, but through it all, I remained silent and I did what I had to do. What if I had stopped is the question I keep asking myself. Will you have gotten to see the different sides of artists like K.I., Ranjiv, Savita Singh, Raymond Ramnarayan, Ravi B., Tausif Baksh, and many others? How about the inspiring stories of people like Dr. Amarnath Dukhi, Minister Deodat Indar, Dave Narayan, Ramnaresh Sarwan, Dr. Tamishwar Buru, and Sandy Mek, and many more? How about the life-changing experience of a woman like Sarah Khalil? Well, I'm happy I stayed on and I believed in myself, but more importantly, I believed in you. To the many people who said I couldn't do it, thank you. You made me believe in myself a little bit more. To my family and my friends who recently became so busy that they can't find time to watch my show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., I hear you and I see you. To my supporters out there that make Wednesdays at 8 p.m. a priority regardless, and is there to cheer me and my guests on, we appreciate you and we hear you loud and clear. We will be hosting a one-year celebration for all of our guests and supporters. More information to follow. Next week is our season finale, and I am excited. This season went by so quickly. Well, they do say that time goes by quickly when you're having fun, and fun I had this season. Tonight's giveaway is compliments of Vermin Bidesi Children's Foundation and by easy.com. Here is your chance to win this prize. Last week, I spoke to Fazal Yusuf. How old was Mr. Yusuf when he started college? Again, last week I spoke to Mr. Yusuf. How old was he when he started college? Comment your answer and you get a chance to win our box of the week. Now, while you do that, please like and share our page, share with your friends and family. And here is a message from our sponsors.
Kai Chu Restaurant has been serving our community for over 25 years. We offer an enticing selection of West Indian traditional dishes along with a fully stocked bar. Bring your family and friends to our newly renovated dining room to celebrate your special occasion or event with us. We do catering and we also deliver. Kai Chu has 2 locations to choose from. Support our community and eat local. Looking for something to get rid of that fine line wrinkles? Well, look no further. You can now indulge yourself with Truly Flawless. This one-of-a-kind, anti-aging caviar luxury face cream will give you that youthful-looking glow again. It's not only for you ladies, men can also benefit from this product too. Try it for yourself and see results within a week. Check out our website at www.trulyflawlessskincare.com and on Amazon Prime. We are also excited to launch our newest skincare products coming in March 2022.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor-trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
Sherry's Weakness for Sweetness is a family-owned and operated bakery with a West Indian flair. We specialized in custom cakes, decorative desserts, and a contemporary spin on traditional West Indian cuisine. We are located at 114-07 Jamaica Avenue. Hours of operations are Tuesday through Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Memories should always be this sweet. Come visit us today.
All right, we are back, and I'm so happy to introduce you to our guest tonight. He has been changing the history of fashion, and I'm so excited to see him and introduce you guys to him. He's a fashion designer who was born and raised in Georgetown, Guyana. He is the CEO and head designer. His fashion brand is known for its exotic evening wear, swimwear, resort wear, costumes, and pageant wardrobes. His clientele spans across the Caribbean and has recently been making international strides in the fashion and pageant industries on stages such as Miss Universe, Miss Great Britain, and Miss Earth. Please welcome the super talented Randy Madray. Welcome, Randy.
Hi, thank you for having me. Good evening.
Did I miss anything in the introduction there?
I think that sums it up well enough for now.
No, we'll get into it, and we'll be talking about more of what you do. But first of all, welcome, and it is truly a pleasure to have you here this evening. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Randy?
So currently I'm 28 years old, and in 2 weeks I'm going to actually be 29. And ironically enough, on my very first piece that I created as a designer was completed on my birthday. So I choose to celebrate my time within the industry on my birthday as well. Um, I'm a very simple guy. I believe in appreciating the little things in life. My daily life is very much work and home and lots of Netflix. Um, I don't party much. I like very casual, very simple events. I like absolutely love to travel. Love fancy restaurants. I'm definitely a foodie. I love to eat. I love to explore lots of new food all the time, and that's a very important part for me while traveling. And I must say that I absolutely love my country, Guyana. I don't think anywhere in the world beats the flavors that we offer in Guyana. And so, even though I may enjoy food all over the world, my heart is definitely at home. And it is very much a pleasure to be here with you. I'm very excited. And it's been a while since I've done an interview. So, hi, everyone. And thank you for joining.
Definitely. Now, Randy, you 28 years old, and you have definitely made a name for yourself, right? Who or what inspired you to be a fashion designer?
um, so, growing up, in our house, we had a very small house. We had a house that it was just one bedroom, and so we all shared lots of time together as a family. And my mom and I and my sister, we it was always a thing to look at beauty pageants on TV. We never missed a Miss USA. We never missed Miss Universe. Um, a few times we see the Miss Universe Guyana shows, and it was always exciting for me. I was always excited about the evening gown segment and the costume segment. More the evening gown, and I always felt like, one day I want to be able to create that caliber of work. And I think that truly inspired me. And when I got into high school, it was compulsory that we do art. And my art teacher, Miss Luan Jackson, who's also a designer herself, she always noticed that, I paid a lot of attention to detail when it comes to drawing a person. I paid attention to detail in terms of what they wear. And she always encouraged me to follow my dreams to be a designer. I was always sketching. I was always doodling ideas behind my books. All my school books had dresses and things drawn behind them. And I grew up with fast forward. I grew up with my cousin Giovanna, and she came home one day and she was like, there was this fashion competition that was launched at their school. She was going to St. Joseph High. I was going to Queens College, and she thinks that I should enter it. And I was like, me, I don't think that I'm ready for that. But lo and behold, I entered and life changed.
Wow.
So yeah.
Break, right? And you took that and you ran with it.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I made that decision. I'm glad when I made it, I was actually just 15 years old, and I'm very very thankful. That was definitely the risk that was truly worth it all.
Well, if your cousin is watching or she watches the replay, because it's Giovanna.
Giovanna.
Giovanna, thank you for letting him know about that competition. Because look where he is today. And now, fashion designing is not a typical ambition of kids growing up in Guyana. What was your parents' response finding out that you wanted to be a fashion designer?
Oh, so this is the question. This is the question of questions, I believe. So I've always been an A grade student in school. When I was in primary school, I was always at the top of my class, and um, when I got to high school, when I got Queens College, there was the expectation that I should be a lawyer or doctor.
Right.
And we have that sort of the culture, a culture in Ghana that kind of imposes that sort of pressure in many households on young people. I must say that. And I feel like I was one of them that experienced that. And so when I said that I wanted to be a fashion designer, I remember even the first day of school, you had to stand and say, what's your name and why you came to Queen's College, and in terms of what you want to become. When I said I wanted to be a fashion designer, the class laughed because everyone is thinking, why would you go to Queen's College to be a fashion designer? My family wasn't the most supportive in the beginning. I must say that when I entered the competition, it was a secret. Eventually, they found out, and after it was aired on television, and they were supportive to the point of what they understood. They encouraged me to finish it, but at the same time, in that moment, it wasn't what they saw for me, and I had to deal with a lot of pressures um, at the beginning of my career. But I'm very, very, very thankful for them. I think that if you don't experience some amount of hardships, if you don't experience obstacles, you don't truly appreciate the journey and when you move from point A to B. And I think because of that, I've learned to really appreciate my journey, and I'm so thankful for it.
Fast forward present day. How does your parents feel today?
Definitely supportive. Very, 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 very supportive. My mom is actually a part of the Randy Madray brand. She's a part of the team. I'm very thankful to have her. My entire family is very supportive. I actually design a lot of pieces for my family. Um, I have aunts and so abroad that always order stuff, and I'm so thankful for them, and I'm thankful that I stayed the course, and they now see the true potential, and everyone can truly enjoy the beauty of the wearable arts that I bring to life. So,
Definitely. As a male designer, Randy, what are some of the biggest challenges for you?
um, for me, right? I'm not being biased in any way, but I feel like some of the best designers in the world are males.
Agreed, agreed. I will have to agree with that.
Yeah. For example, Alexander McQueen, Christian Dior, and those are designers that truly inspire me. As a male designer in Guyana, when I started designing, I started at 15, so I was still in high school, and so I've never been into sports. I've never been the guy that you're gonna find up on the going to the game shop or that sort of thing. In my free time, it was always artistic things or always fashion related things. And so I kind of connected more with girls in school. And
Mhm.
so there was a lot of teasing, a lot of bullying, lots of bullying. And You know, a lot of it was, I wouldn't lie, it was very traumatizing. But I think that we need to understand that we live in a modern world now, and there's no job that is specified for a man or a woman.
Agreed.
Um, Even today, we have lots of women doing extraordinary things in the military, and we have like female firefighters who are doing extraordinary things. And a while ago, we would think that, okay, listen, only a man can do this, and it's very commendable. And so I'm very thankful that I was able to endure it, and not just endure it but overcome it, and begin to feel absolutely comfortable with who I am and in my skin.
Absolutely. I guess the important key word there is overcome, right? Because you definitely had to overcome to be where you are today. Um, so let's get into the fashion talk, right? What is your advice to women about fashion when it comes to body type and shapes?
Um, it is very important that you as an individual, as whether you're a woman or man, you need to understand your body. You need to embrace your body. This is how God made you, and you need to embrace that. I feel like a lot of women, because they don't fit the mold of what a woman who's really into fashion should look like, they are afraid to try new things. But while we have some women who are afraid, we also have the ones who are extremely bold and ready and setting examples. And so I think, when it comes to body type and women in fashion, for me, body type and the whole idea of being plus size is it's a box that humans have created to put us in, to marginalize some of us, and our women, sorry. And it's important that we understand that that women understand it's about them. And if you're gonna go for fashion, then go for it. Fashion should be a way of expression. It should be worn confidently. You should not be forced into a bracket that you don't like. Because I feel like a lot of women who are put into that plus size bracket, and when we hear body type, obviously we kind of resort to the plus size women, because I feel like they're very much forgotten, they're very much put aside. And often a lot of clients ask me, do you do plus size clothing? And yes, Randy Madray does plus size clothing. We do plus size clothing all the time. And
Perfect.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're gonna go for fashion, go for fashion. Because you're plus size, it doesn't mean you need to wear black all the time. It doesn't mean you need to wear dark colors all the time. Don't be afraid to be adventurous and truly express who you are, because fashion is a language in itself.
Now, we speak a lot about plus size and women, what they consider. Now, what do you consider a plus size? Because I know depending on who you're speaking to, it varies.
Um, in my world, it varies a lot. Um, I have a very Caribbean clientele, and
Mhm.
Caribbean women are absolutely gorgeous. They are crazily curvaceous, and
Absolutely.
um, yeah, I mean, and the way I work for pageantry 365 days of the year,
Right.
and when we look at international beauty standards, the second somebody is like maybe above a size 4, we make an issue about it. The current Miss Universe from India, she endures a lot of body shaming
Hmm.
because she has gained a little bit of weight, but she owns that so well. It is absolutely inspiring. In my world now, where I do pageantry in the Caribbean embraces plus size women being in pageantry. And so for me, it is very exciting, and it's very exciting to see a plus size woman do really well. And so for me, it's very hard for me to say, oh, this is plus size and this is the perfect body type. However, in a more professional, if I have to look at it from a very professional standpoint and not so cultural of what's around me in the Caribbean, if I'm to be put in the capacity to deal with pageantry that is on the international standard, obviously we're forced to um, have our contestants or models within a certain demographic, and so plus size becomes above like a size 4 or a size 6, and so we have to embrace that. And I think depends on which part of the world you are, it really varies. But I must say, hats off to the Caribbean women, hats off to the pageants in the Caribbean that have continued to embrace all body types, regardless of who you are, what size you are. We've had girls who are as plus size as a size 18 in pageants, and they've excelled and competed in swimsuits, and that is absolutely beautiful. It's human, it is natural, it is very real, and it's very authentic.
Well, I
So
hope, Randy, you can teach the rest of the world something about beauty and about sizes. Hope the rest of the world can learn something from you when it comes to that. Well said. Um, so, in recent times, men have become very fashion conscious. What is your advice to men about fashion?
so it's
We
kind
can't
of
leave the guys out, right? We have guys that are watching. We want to give them some advice too.
so recently last year I entered the Mr. Indiana pageant, and before that I felt like I neglected my fashion stuff. I felt like I neglected myself. Like I was always working and I was always dressing everybody else up, and then I never had time to make stuff for myself. And so I decided when I was going to enter the pageant, one of the reasons I entered the pageant was to basically propel myself to a point where I become much more fashion conscious in how I carry myself and present myself. And so I started making lots of clothes for myself. And so I basically want to say that do not be afraid. I think there are a lot of men in Guyana that have become very fashion conscious
Mhm.
and have really been serving looks after looks from every brunch to every party, and it's really nice to see. However, I do feel like the boutiques or investors in Guyana need to do a little more in terms of what they offer men in Guyana. Um, I think some men are stuck within a box of wondering, oh, what is my guy friend gonna say if I wear this because it's too bright, but I really want to wear it because it's very me. And I think that it's pretty much what I said just now. Fashion is a form of expression, and if you wanna go bright, then go bright. There's no one way to wear anything. And if you look at brands such as like Dolce& and Gabbana, I'm a very big fan of Dolce& and Gabbana menswear. It's very adventurous. It pushes the boundaries of what male fashion has been over the years, and I really think that if you want to wear something, wear it. That's totally up to you. Be who you are, and the world has to fall in place, and don't be apologetic about it.
I love everything that you're saying, man. It's like, you just did you just choose these words to really impress me tonight? Because I'm so impressed. What are
Yeah.
some of the do's and don'ts of fashion according to you?
um the do's and don'ts of fashion.
Hmm.
um so the don't is never do something that you don't want to do, and that shit does life in itself. Don't force yourself to conform to a trend if you don't feel good in it, if you
Okay.
don't feel comfortable. At the end of the day, you should be wearing fashion, and fashion shouldn't be wearing you. I feel like a lot of times, like, and I have that a lot of times I have to explain this to my clients. Like, they come and a client may come, and then she will say, "Oh, I want this particular gown or this particular dress,"
Mhm.
and that happens a lot with my pageant clients. And then I'm like, I don't see this on you because I feel like after I had a discussion with you, um, this isn't what you really want to wear, but you're wearing it because you think this is what you're supposed to wear to
Right.
please whoever is looking at you. And I feel like that's a big no-no for fashion. Like you really should wear what you authentically want to wear. The do's is definitely go for it. Definitely try new things. Um, don't be afraid to. I think some people. I think in Guyana. I think in
Mhm.
Guyana there are people who want to be very extra when it comes to fashion for every single outfit, but then they downplay it because why they try to conform to society. The do is to do you. If this is what you want to wear to an event, then that is what you want to wear. You're not dressing to please anyone. um
Agreed.
yeah, another do is when you finish dressing, especially if you're wearing accessories, it's always good to consider removing one item.
Hmm.
Sometimes less is more. And I feel like a lot of times we over accessorize. And for me, like one of the things for me for pageants is like I'm a big, or even my gowns, I'm a big no necklace person. I'm not saying you shouldn't wear a necklace at all, but
Yeah.
I believe in showcasing the beauty of femininity. I like to see collarbones, and I like to see the contours of the neck and the way your shoulders sit on your body. That really stands out to me. It's always good to consider removing one piece, just one piece. Sometimes that changes the entire look, and it really
Probably
sells.
the necklace.
Yes, yes. Yeah, like
Got
if you're the
got
person
you.
who
I
wear.
totally know. I have a whole new concept about, how to really dress that part, especially on a show like this where it's mostly this part of my body that's being seen. I love everything that you're saying. It's like you were programmed to tell me what I want to hear and what most women out there want to hear, but we have to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Awesome.
Share the live, guys. Share the live.
Hibiscus has been a flagship restaurant in our community for a very long time. Come dine with us and enjoy our excellent food, drinks and service at any one of our many locations. We are located on 12418 Avenue and 22113 Jamaica Avenue. Hibiscus at Elliott's on the Mile in Freeport is one of our newest locations, along with 12402 Rockaway Boulevard. In Guyana at 91 Middle Street, Georgetown. Bring your family and friends and come visit us soon.
M&R Fire Fest is one of the newest hotspot in Richmond Hill. If you're looking to have a fun time or just chill, this lounge is the place to be. We celebrate all occasions and our live entertainment and drink specials are amazing. We are located at 13123 Liberty Avenue. Come check us out and see what everyone is talking about.
Mandy's Cake Creations, serving traditional rum black cake with almond paste and royal icing. Non-alcoholic is also an option. Catering is available. Personalize your cakes and boxed favors for your birthday, engagements, weddings, work events and more. Shipping is also available within the United States. Please contact Mandy at 917-294-3500 on Instagram Mandy Cake Creations and on Facebook Amanda Khan. Mandy's Cakes, a taste to bring you back home. Flamingo Restaurant and Mantra Lounge. We are NYC's premier Caribbean restaurant and lounge, specializing in authentic West Indian, Chinese and Caribbean cuisine. Open every day for lunch and late nights. For delivery, find us on Uber Eats, Grubhub, Seamless and DoorDash. Visit our rooftop lounge upstairs on the weekends for a fun-filled night. We cater and take bookings for private events. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Flamingo Mantra. Our address is 120-06 Rockaway Boulevard, telephone 7188351000.
Canadian-based real estate broker Imran Ali is here to guide and support you for all your real estate needs. He is specialized in residential, commercial and pre-construction properties. With his many years of experience, he is trustworthy, knowledgeable and reliable. He can also provide in-house financing for all your mortgage needs. If you're thinking of buying, selling or investing, contact Imran Ali today at 647-283-4127.
And we are back. We are ready to take questions. And Annalisa Bahadur, she says, what advice will you give to a person who wants to be a bit more fashion forward, but can't because of a culture that encourages cover-ups as modesty?
Okay, that is an absolutely good question. So recently, I wouldn't say recently, but over the years, I've had the opportunity to work with specifically a lot of Muslim clients. And we know within the Muslim culture, it's very important that the women remain very covered. But what I have learned from my clients is that while you remain covered, or conservative, it doesn't rob you of the opportunity to be creative. I believe that there's a way to really embrace culture and be creative at the same time. I think that if we look at a lot of the very modern, um, specifically again Muslim wear, um, there's a lot of play on the way hijabs are done. There's a lot of play on which Muslim evening wear is done, and it's very much as beautiful as a gown. And then there is the care and the attention to detail that is paid to. Okay, it cannot be overly fitted, but it still is fitted and flattering to the body. It's adventurous in terms of the details, the beading, the way the fabric is draped. And I think that what she really needs to open her mind to is being more creative, but at the same time respecting the culture. Um, there are the traditional things that you must wear when you must wear them, but I think that if you're gonna have to conform to your culture, which is an absolutely beautiful thing, it's beautiful to embrace culture. It doesn't mean that you need to not be exciting and not be fashion forward. There are tons of options around.
Perfectly said. Faneza Singh says, Randy, do you see yourself designing Indian gowns in the future?
I have been designing Indian wear.
Oh,
Um, yes, so I cannot give too much information, but I have a few clients, I think between last week and the week before, who ordered some custom Indian wear, and I am excited to share them with you. The fabrics are absolutely beautiful. Um, our fabric supplier, he offers nothing but the best. So soon you guys will see those posts and you'll see what we've been working on.
perfect. Patterns, stripes, florals,
Uh-huh.
many others. Is there a wrong way to wear these?
Um, there you have to. Okay, so let's start with stripes.
Mhm.
So I I pride myself in the way that I think about pageantry and the way I think about fashion when choosing something for a client. So the thing about stripes is that stripes create illusions.
Mhm.
And the human eye, if you have stripes that are running left to right or right to left, the human eye will naturally look at that object left to right or right to left. If it's running top to bottom, the human eye will look at it from top to bottom. And that's why you would see, for example, in this universe, if you pay close attention to the details of a lot of the dresses, there are a lot of girls that wear gowns that have patterns that are within stripes. And they usually run from top to bottom. And that is to create the illusion of height. Because the
Wow.
human eye looks at that girl from top to bottom, following the flow of the lines within the stripes.
All right, ladies, I hope you heard that. Stripes should be going from top to bottom. All right. If you want to look a little bit more wider, probably across. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and so that's why like a lot of the dresses now on Instagram, you have like a lot of dresses that, and stripes don't necessarily mean literal a pattern stripe.
Right.
I guess I'm talking about lines generally, but there are a lot of dresses that a trend right now is a lot of satin dresses. Satin is in again, and they have like a lot of wrapped effects. And if you notice the way the lines run, kind of like in a diagonal towards the hip from the waist, it creates the illusion that the hip is wider and the waist is smaller. You see that? And then
Yes.
if the lines from the waist go up to the bust this way now,
Yeah.
it obviously creates the illusion that this waist is extremely tiny.
Ah,
Yes.
that's why
And
you're the fashion designer and you design for us, right? Because you know what it takes. Now, um, florals has been around and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere.
it
Or
is
is it?
not anywhere because I absolutely love florals. I even love florals to myself. Florals is, I don't necessarily think there's a right and a wrong way to wear florals. I think generally, though, when you're wearing patterns, you have to be careful. Especially if you're gonna pair it with something that is, let's say you have like a floral skirt and you're gonna pair it with maybe a top that has as little as a texture, not
Mhm.
necessarily another pattern. You want to ensure that you're not clashing. You know, I think florals have been a good way to express joy and excitement and beauty. They've also been able to express like a more demure look, a more like a fierce look, depending on color, the way they're arranged. Um, One of the trends that's been for florals is a lot of three-dimensional flowers. Those are the leaves that cut like chiffon or organza flowers, and we've been using a lot of those. So we play with florals all the time. I think florals are never will never be will never go out.
Right.
Will it modernize? I think as we go along, we'll see it being adopted in more creative ways.
Perfect. We're going to play a little game that's called 6 and 60. I'll ask you 6 questions. You have 60 seconds. The 60 seconds is basically measured on this little timer right here. It's an hourglass. Once I turn it over, your timing starts. All right. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Uh, name of your favorite song.
Oh my God. Um, I would say, oh my God. I was here.
I was here. Call or
Yes.
text.
Definitely call.
City or country.
Uh, Country.
Name of a country that begins with the letter R.
Romania.
Who's your favorite stylist?
My favorite stylist.
Mhm.
Uh, I would say definitely my stylist, which
Okay,
is Miguel
yourself.
Brown from Guyana. I think he's exceptional.
Who's the most intelligent person you know?
Um, I would have to say, this may sound a little cocky, but I would have to say myself. I think
Wow.
I'm very, yeah, I think
Own
I'm
it.
very, yeah, I'm gonna own it. I think
You got
many
it.
times I find myself in spaces where I surprise myself, and so I'll own that.
Own it, man. You have to. Own that. You guys share the live, and we will be right back with a message from our sponsors.
Kai Chu Restaurant has been serving our community for over 25 years. We offer an enticing selection of West Indian traditional dishes along with a fully stocked bar. Bring your family and friends to our newly renovated dining room to celebrate your special occasion or event with us. We do catering and we also deliver. Kai Chu has 2 locations to choose from. Support our community and eat local. Looking for something to get rid of that fine line wrinkles? Well, look no further. You can now indulge yourself with Truly Flawless. This one-of-a-kind, anti-aging caviar luxury face cream will give you that youthful-looking glow again. It's not only for you ladies, men can also benefit from this product too. Try it for yourself and see results within a week. Check out our website at www.trulyflawlessskincare.com and on Amazon Prime. We are also excited to launch our newest skincare products coming in March 2022.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
Sherry's Weakness for Sweetness is a family-owned and operated bakery with a West Indian flair. We specialized in custom cakes, decorative desserts, and a contemporary spin on traditional West Indian cuisine. We are located at 114-07 Jamaica Avenue. Hours of operations are Tuesday through Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Memories should always be this sweet. Come visit us today.
All right, we are back and I'm excited. So much more questions. But first, I want to give a shout out to some of our viewers right now. Fanisa Singh, Elizabeth White, Priya Prasad, Talsif Bash, Anthony Prasad, Sherry Mohammed, Chandra Lal. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Rishi Rambali. Keep your questions coming for Randy here tonight. We will be answering questions in just a few, but let's get right back into it, Randy. You did well. You basically answered right on time. So congratulations, you won.
Thank you.
Let's go back now to questions for you, right? Let's see. Now, wedding season is coming up, and many brides are probably clueless as to what they need to look for in their wedding dress. What is your advice?
I definitely know wedding season is coming up. We've been busy with wedding season already. I think that when you're gonna choose your bridal gown, it is very important that you are able to see yourself in that gown, that you are most comfortable, that it's practical, and most of all, it is a gown that will create a memory that you will never forget. It must never be a dress that people can forget. That's the other thing. I feel like when you're choosing a bridal gown, it needs to be absolutely stunning and over the top and just next level beautiful. And when I say over the top, I'm not saying, oh, it needs to have tons of lace and beads and the whole fancy thing. But over the top for you will be over different from over the top for me.
Exactly.
And yeah, and so if you know that you're the more simplistic and demure kind of girl who appreciates the beauty in a dress that has absolutely nothing on it, just flowing nicely draped fabric, then go for it, but do it in a way that it creates a memory, a fairy tale that you won't get to live again. And for the ones who are very flashy and very grand and extra, very much like me. Um, go for it. Don't be afraid. And I must say that the Radhi Madray brand, we've been working on some exceptional gowns for this year. We have a lots of weddings this year. We've been working on some exceptional gowns, and what I like is that I feel like Guyanese brides are not afraid to try new things, and I'm very excited to see it. I think the modern day bride is not restricted to white or ivory. Um, Lots of colors that are in for weddings include champagne, blush, ice blue is actually a very big trend for weddings. There's some brides who are even going as far as doing black, and you should do something that makes you feel good. And it's your wedding. It shouldn't be something that is decided upon for the sake of, other people feeling it looks nice on you. You should feel good in it.
Speaking of brides and speaking of colors of their wedding dresses, I have to ask this question. First time bride, second time bride, are you limited to white only if you're a second time bride?
Well, the usual tradition is if this is your second wedding,
Mhm.
you're supposed to wear ivory. But I feel that we're in this 21st century, a lot of those boundaries and those restrictions have been broken. I mean, at the end of the day, you still, whether or not you were married once, twice, five times, you're still entitled to the same happiness whenever you're married again.
Exactly. And if you want to wear white, wear white. If you want to wear black, do it.
I
Whatever
mean,
makes you happy.
a perfect example is my absolute icon. I would do anything to dress her one day in my life.
Yeah.
And that is J-Lo. J-Lo's had so many weddings, and she does
Whatever.
her.
Yeah.
She doesn't she
How about
doesn't she
Kim Kardashian?
doesn't
She'll probably be getting married again and will wear white. You know what? Proud of these women. Let's talk colors.
uh-huh.
What are the colors that we will see for spring, summer of this year? What are the colors that are in?
I feel this year we're seeing a lot of I think we're seeing a lot of hues along the line of lavender and lilac, and then we're seeing lots of more adventurous colors paired with like pastel hues like that. I think a
Yes.
lot of a lot of color blocking is happening, but I think traditionally, when you look at color blocking, a lot of people would pair pastel with pastel and pastel with and bright with bright, or the in between colors with in between. But I think we have a lot of play on different hues, and if you look at like collections that have been recently launched by just yesterday, I was in a Zara store, and there's a lot of play on color. There's pastel, but then there's a lot of graffiti in much bolder colors.
Hmm.
For summer,
Spark
that is
green and
yeah,
pinks and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Amanda is asking what's the colors for summer in Indian wear. I'll assume it's the same thing.
Well, I'm very new to creating Indian wear, and I think what I'm seeing a lot. I can only speak about what I'm seeing, because I don't think I'm the best person to comment on trends for Indian wear, at least not yet. Um, but what I'm seeing is lots of play on more. I think more pastel colors,
Seen a
more
lot,
more.
little light
Uh,
greens and blush. Yeah.
lots of like hues of like mint
Hmm.
and pale turquoises and peaches and so on. But while we have that pastel thing happening, it's not a pastel year, because lots of bright colors are being paired with that. So
Neon.
while we see, yeah, even neons. So when you see even peach, you may end up seeing like two more hues of orange in there with like a pop of neon,
Hmm.
maybe a neon blue or a neon green. And I kind of really like the combinations that we're seeing. Like I have a big thing for like the very adventurous and colorful Indian wear. as opposed to the more monochromatic ones, or the ones that are like just a mix and match kind of thing. I
Right.
like to see lots of detail in the embroidery and so on. That's much more exciting for me.
I think you'll be fabulous designing Indian wear, and I can't wait to see your pieces. Sabrina Algo says, "Good evening, Randy. Is there a time or period wait time to accept a request for a dress to be made?" Let me just let you know, Sabrina is one of my dear friends. She is also one of our sponsors here at Get Real with Shameeza. So answer in your own thing, but I would love for you to work with her. She's amazing.
Okay, so hi Sabrina, thank you. And obviously because of you, I'm able to sit here, and we really appreciate it. Um, when it comes to time frame, there are artists coming every day for my company. And so we always say that if you know that you have an event, whether the event is 3 or 4 months from now, it's always good to secure your booking, because we can be in April and I could have 10 spots available in May, and and by tomorrow, the end of tomorrow, all of those spots are gone. Um, so we try to do is we actually get a lot of last minute clients, and we try to Guyana has an entire last minute culture, mind you.
Oh yeah.
Try to We try to accommodate as much as possible. And so the Randy Madray brand is not it's not just myself. We have an amazing team of hand beaters, people who do rhinestone work, people who do handwork such as like the hand sewing of appliques. Um, of course, we have our seamstresses, and we also do costumes as well. So we have wire benders, we have people who do feather work, and lots of times these things are even applied to fashion pieces. So it's always good when booking with us to book early, especially knowing that we are branded, we pride ourselves in details. And so sometimes when you look at a dress and you assume that, okay, maybe he took 2 weeks to do this, possibility very much exists that we took a month and 5 staff to get it done. So it's always good to secure early.
Perfect. Oh, thank you. And she says, thank you for answering that. Serge Paul Ramkisoon, she says, what about this suit for the man? The suit, Randy, can you give me the idea for that, for a color suit for a man business suit? What's the best colors?
Um, I'm not huge on menswear. However, I must say shout out to Bailey and Chevy, who are two of my menswear clients who've been pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to launch a menswear line. Um, in terms of business for men, I always think that regardless of what you're wearing and in what for whatever event or in whatever capacity, it's okay to be adventurous, but also know that there's a time and place for everything. Um, so you would find no, and trust me, I love to see this in Guyana. No, there are a lot of guys that absolutely dress up for work, and they understand that. Listen, dark colors are a lot more professional. They're also more practical to be in all day. Why? Because you're so busy moving from here and moving from there. You want to stay neat all the time. You want to, look presentable all the time. You play with your light colors. You kind of gotta be a little mindful. Are you gonna brace on a wall and get it dirty and things like that? Things that I think about when I'm dressing.
Right.
But while you're gonna have your more professional things, such as like your dark trousers or a suit, and maybe you have a white shirt or you have your company shirt or whatever. If you're allowed to be a little adventurous with like maybe your tie, then go right ahead. Um, I think for me as a guy, who I like color, but if I know that I have like a really important business meeting, I would wear something that is dark but not necessarily black. And I always like to resort to like super dark emerald green, midnight blue, navy, maroon. Those are nice colors, of course, depending on where you're going and what's the type of business setting. And then you can. I always play it up with like a nice tie or maybe a shirt that has a nice texture. So it's not completely plain, but it's a little textured. It's not completely boring, but it's always in fashion. It's always within the little details that really sells the look. And not forgetting the guys that are definitely socks junkies. Listen, I know some people that they have like hundreds of pairs of socks. They collect socks.
Yes, yes.
And if there's nothing colorful on that look to go to work, it is when you sit and the trousers pull up a little bit, and then you can see a hot
See the
pink
little detail.
or
Yes.
soft pattern socks just sitting right there. And it shows expression, and that's always encouraged for fashion.
Yeah.
You don't have
Always
to be
very classy. I find it
yeah,
very classy.
you
Um,
don't have to be boring because it's work. Still be you.
Randy, you were in charge of Dubai Expo for Guyana. You dressed from the first lady to performers, our very talented Poonam. Here's a quick look at some of the dresses that you dress these women in. There's Poonam, right? That was your design.
Yeah, I didn't actually do the one for the first lady though, but I did
Okay,
Punam.
but you did
Uh,
Poonam.
yeah,
We have other few pieces here. Is this yours?
yes, it is.
All right. That's a beautiful piece right there. I think it's a two piece, right?
It is a two-piece. In fact, that top, it's actually the fabric was actually handmade in India.
Wow.
It's a very haute couture kind of fabric. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Modest and
Yeah.
still very, very trendy, right? I can
Yes.
see myself wearing this to India now. Like a, oh wow, wow. Tell us about this piece.
So this piece was created many years ago. It's entirely hand beaded. It took a very long time to create it. If a person should actually really look at the details of the gown, it has countless, endless glass beads coming down from the neckline straight down to the bottom of the gown, and they're all hand sewn one at a time. It's one of my favorite pieces that I've done, merely because I absolutely love canary yellow.
I mean, it's hard to miss the details. Anybody that can't see the details of this dress, of course, the model is stunning. Now, this here, speaking of being modest, but still putting that little touch to it, right? You have the
Uh-huh.
sleeves here. You have, some things going on. It's such a gorgeous piece.
Yeah, this was created for the ever so stunning Ayana Whitehead during Miss World Guyana.
Gorgeous.
And yeah, it's a piece that has a nice balance of modest and sexy. I think
Yes.
that's always a good way to go.
Combination,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
right? And her smile, everything is just beautiful about it. It's a color, perfect. This was done recently, a few
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, right? She looks so.
It was actually done last year, but I posted it a few weeks
Few
ago.
weeks ago, I saw this.
Uh-huh.
Such a beautiful bride, simple yet elegant. Another beautiful piece. Wow. So, if you're getting married, if you are planning a special occasion, definitely contact Randy, and we'll get more information in just a little bit of how they can contact you. Now, here's the scenario for me, Randy. I'm invited, right, to interview the Queen of England, and I call you and I say to you, Randy, I need your help. How will you dress me? Or what will you dress me in?
Okay.
We will listen, think about it carefully, and we will listen to it in just a few. Here is a message from our sponsors.
Sure.
Hibiscus has been a flagship restaurant in our community for a very long time. Come dine with us and enjoy our excellent food, drinks, and service at any one of our many locations. We are located on 12418 101 Avenue and 22113 Jamaica Avenue. Hibiscus at Elliott's on the Mile in Freeport is one of our newest locations, along with 12402 Rockaway Boulevard. In Guyana at 91 Middle Street, Georgetown. Bring your family and friends and come visit us soon.
M&R Firefest is one of the newest hotspot in Richmond Hill. If you're looking to have a fun time or just chill, this lounge is the place to be. We celebrate all occasions and our live entertainment and drink specials are amazing. We are located at 13123 Liberty Avenue. Come check us out and see what everyone is talking about.
Mandy's Cake Creations, serving traditional rum black cake with almond paste and royal icing. Non-alcoholic is also an option. Catering is available. Personalize your cakes and boxed favors for your birthday, engagements, weddings, work events, and more. Shipping is also available within the United States. Please contact Mandy at 917-294-3500 on Instagram Mandy Cake Creations and on Facebook Amanda Khan. Mandy's Cakes, a taste to bring you back home. Flamingo Restaurant and Mantra Lounge. We are NYC's premier Caribbean restaurant and lounge, specializing in authentic West Indian, Chinese, and Caribbean cuisine. Open every day for lunch and late nights. For delivery, find us on Uber Eats, Grubhub, Seamless, and DoorDash. Visit our rooftop lounge upstairs on the weekends for a fun-filled night. We cater and take bookings for private events. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Flamingo Mantra. Our address is 120-06 Rockaway Boulevard, telephone 7188351000.
Canadian-based real estate broker Imran Ali is here to guide and support you for all your real estate needs. He is specialized in residential, commercial and pre-construction properties. With his many years of experience, he is trustworthy, knowledgeable and reliable. He can also provide in-house financing for all your mortgage needs. If you're thinking of buying, selling or investing, contact Imran Ali today at 647-283-4127.
All right, we are back, Randy. We're having fun. I hate for us to end this, but we're having so much fun, and I'm so happy that you took the time to be here tonight. But first, I want to remind all of our viewers, please call Amanda Khan. She has her Mother's Day special going on. She has some beautiful black cake. Please call her, place your orders. I spoke to her earlier today, and she's definitely getting busy, so place your orders today. Randy, what is one of the biggest misconceptions about fashion?
One of the biggest misconceptions about fashion is that fashion has to be expensive. I think that you can do fashion on a dime. I think that you could do fashion on a budget. And I think I've seen tons of people, including friends. I've done it myself. And it's all about knowing what you want and how it all works together, and knowing your lines, knowing what works for your body, and how to mix and match. You can basically buy something as simple as an essential piece. For example, a pair of white sneakers, and you could wear that with tons of things, from casual to an evening setting to a red carpet event. And a pair of sneakers will take you a far way. And it all depends on how you wear it and how you carry yourself in it. You know, that's important.
I love it. I didn't forget the question that I asked. Did you forget it?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I think this is a situation where less is more. The interview altogether is about the queen, and you want to come across serious, but at the same time welcoming. And so I would definitely say a suit. I would resort to well-tailored pants, paired with I'm thinking like a double-breasted jacket with a some sort of inner top, maybe something made of chiffon. Very minimal, very clean, very black, maybe statement buttons. And if we have our way, a pair of black pointed tips, preferably by Christian Louis Vuitton.
Ooh, very nice.
And
How
then,
should I be wearing a hat or no hat?
I would go no hat. You
No
are
hat.
the interviewer. At the same time, you want the queen is a very she's very jovial, but she's serious at the same time. And you want to be welcoming, but you also want to know you want to present yourself in a way that is serious. And she needs to know that you mean business. You're ready to ask all the questions.
One bold color. What are the colors you're thinking?
Like I said, I would do something. I wouldn't do. I mean, it all depends on the setting. But if
We're
you're
in the
talking
garden. We're in the
interview,
lawn
I would
palace.
go. You're in the palace. I
No,
still
we're in
would
the
go
lawns of the palace. We're
the lawns of
outdoors.
the palace.
We're sipping on tea while we do the interview.
Okay, then we'll probably have to do a suit that I would say ivory.
Oh, I
Um,
like it.
the
Nice
ivory
ivory.
suit always does it. I'm never big on like stark white for a suit,
Yeah.
but I think ivory really pops it. Maybe a pop really very simple, maybe a half-inch drop earring. I think that does it. No necklace, very clean, and you enjoy it if you're having tea in the garden or on the lawns. Maybe we can do not an entirely like an entire hat, but a little cute fascinator would be
One
nice.
of those little ones that sit on the side here,
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
nice. I can't wait. Who
And
knows? Maybe
definitely,
it'll be the first lady of Guyana.
pardon me?
Maybe it will be the first lady of Guyana first before we get to the queen. We'll take it one step at a time. Let me see. This search Paul Ramkasoon says Brooke from Field Night. My son is asking me and my daughter, clothes for teenage son. Can we get the contact you can let you know we can get for contact or get me on Facebook or message me or WhatsApp. Say you can get your info. Okay, so you will give out your info in just a few. So search Paul, bear with us in just a minute. We will give out his contact info. Randy, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
My mentor actually asks me that question all the time. My mentor is the one, the only Michelle Cole. She's such an inspiration to me. Um, in 5 years, I still have the dream of, and many people question why I do, but I still have the dream of going to fashion school. Um, I do believe that formal education is important, and I feel that with all the knowledge that I have already and so much experience, over a decade of experience, um, and having so much knowledge of fashion within the Caribbean and lots of international fashion, but coming from a Caribbean background and having so much knowledge of Caribbean techniques, to go to an international fashion school and be able to apply that to the more contemporary techniques, I think it'll propel the brand to a next level. And so 5 years from now, I see myself graduating from fashion school, God willing, and hopefully having other outlets for my brand, at least around the Caribbean.
Or even further, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. How can we get in contact with you, Randy? Anyone that's, well, many people that are watching tonight are wondering how can they contact you if they would like to order a piece or several pieces from you?
Okay, so we have definitely have social media. So on Facebook, you can look for the Randy Madray page. It's simple Randy Madray, RandyMadray. On Instagram, we have the business page, which is Randy Madray underscore the brand. There you can see tons of our pieces as well. All the pages have contact information as well. You can also email us at randy.madray.gy@gmail.com, or you can call or WhatsApp 684-0208. For international viewers, that's 592-684-0208. Business hours are Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Perfect. Now, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here this evening. I wish you the best in everything you do, and I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait to be in a Randy Madray outfit.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel absolutely welcome. This was a pretty good interview. Thank you for everyone who logged on to the interview and who watched, and even shared it. I'm most grateful is because of you supporters, all of our clients, that we're able to be where we are today. So I'm most grateful. Thank you.
All the clients, the potential clients that are about to order from you.
Yes.
Perfectly
Thank
said.
you.
Thank you, Randy. All right. So time for us to say goodbye. Tonight's guest, Randy Madray, has taught me that you can be anything you want with the right mindset and attitude. I also learned that fashion can be fun and simple as long as we accept ourselves, our flaws, our curves, and our imperfections. Don't be afraid to explore colors and patterns and add your own style. But the best lesson learned is that you are unique and beautiful exactly the way you are. Love yourself, and your fashion will just be the icing on the cake. Next week, season 3 is coming to an end. We will have surprises and special announcements. Our next guest, he needs no introduction. Our guest next week needs no introduction. He is the realest thing out of Guyana at the moment, and he will be here to give us a scoop on all things real and trending. The Guyanese critic will help me close the season, and I'm so excited for that. Until next time, be bright, be unique, be yourself. Bye bye.